Welcome back to another episode of Freecast Customs, where I finally get to cut some stuff. So for this bike, we're going to try to keep the engines all on the same plane. On the old bike, I had the rear engine up higher than the front engine, and it was literally just to clear the front chain, which went underneath the rear engine to the jack shaft in the back. That was the easiest way to do what I wanted to do at the time, which was just to see if I could even get two engines to run together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to line these two frames up, see what falls into place, see what needs to be cut, see what doesn't, and we'll just go from there. So I'm going to have to cut the frame off back here. You can see it's hitting the headers. It doesn't even need to be there. That would normally hold the suspension in place, and I don't need that up front here, obviously. So cut off that top shock holder, that part right there, because all I'm going to need are those two engine mounts. So I'll spare you the struggle, the comedy of errors of me trying to put the engine into the frame. Where pretty sure I think I broke my finger.
I think I broke my thumb.
In the middle of all of it, but my hands were so cold I didn't even know it until now, because it hurts. And but now you can see how. You can see better how everything is going to line up. Engines on the same plane. If anything, it's going to come up. They're going to come up a little bit higher, but you can see how the carburetors are now going to clear those headers. So I shouldn't have a problem, with a decent heat shield. That shouldn't factor into like heating up my intake at all. I do want to say at this point though that this is not going to be the bike I race at Bonneville. This is merely a prototype. To get a feel for how it's going to handle, how it's going to, ride, what the extra weight's going to do, if I need to upgrade the suspension at all, or just refresh it. because I think I said before, end game is going to be a complete custom frame. For me to sit here over these carburetors and reach those handlebars, these frame horns they're way too wide. The other part of it is that if I build my own frame, I can get the engines even closer. So, might not look it, but the glowworm was 10 feet long. This, as it sits right here, is right at 9 feet from the front of the front tire to the rear of the rear tire is 9 feet. So I've already gained a foot back. I think I can get about another 8 inches to scooch this together. If I can get it under 9 feet, that'd be golden. So what I need to do also is for this, I'm going to actually just build kind of a mount where I'm going to bolt the two frames together. Should be strong enough. I got some 1/4 inch plate steel and just basically build a box to bolt the front of the rear. The front of the rear frame to the rear of the front frame. And for what I'm just trying to do, which is go on block, it'll be plenty strong. One of the biggest problems with the glowworm was that I was asking the stock components to handle all the extra weight. It was just a stock front end, stock rear shocks. I didn't have time to even upgrade, put heavy duty springs up front, and I think it caused me a lot of problems in the end. We're gonna try to avoid that this time around by doing a lot more testing, which is why I want to build this prototype frame so I know what to do when I build the actual frame.